Greetings, and welcome to my final presentation, Individual Management Capacity and Assessment Plan. It has been a privilege to acknowledge and present throughout this course an organization whose mission, vision, and values works for the empowerment of multiple segments in my community simultaneously. To be an effective organization for one segment or program in a complex community such as Detroit, Michigan, is a feat in and of itself. For one organization to achieve and maintain effective programs throughout multiple segments in a complex community and metropolitan such as Detroit is somewhat miraculous. The power of choice is to take ownership and responsibility to change the course of individual lives through positive actions has always been at the forefront and vision of the Neighborhood Service Organization. I choose the power to make a choice to aspire and become an effective leader, not only in my organization, but in the community as well. To direct my own personal choice for my future in nonprofit management, my Management Capacity Assessment Plan will begin with the process of identifying and capturing all the necessary avenues of resources that are available to me to include both internal and external forces. The methods I will use requires inputs from all the common denominators that are critical to fulfill my personal mission. That includes input from all the critical stakeholders in the community, the organization, the client recipients, and myself. Fairness, integrity, honesty, and human dignity are the valued forces that will direct my actions and that of the organization I will exemplify. I will analyze my inputs by utilizing proven methods of data collections and evaluate that information with the measured outputs and outcomes and logically direct my activities into sustainable program plans and strategies. The management areas I will focus on with regard to my own personal capacities will be to harness, develop, and strengthen my capabilities to become a strong and shared leader through my belief in the mission, the vision, and the values I can bring to the community through proactive management, adaptive mechanisms, and the inclusions of social innovations and new technologies. This can only be accomplished by means of timely, effective, comprehensive, and cyclical communication skills throughout my tenure. One of the management analysis methods I will use is the SWOT technique because it is a simple yet effective breakdown of the 4 areas of organizational analysis that a manager must scrutinize in order to lead. Strengths. It is important to remember that it is a team effort and not a singular act. With shared leadership, the breadth will be wider, the responsibilities distributed to the appropriate subject matter experts, and the accountability and diversity needs will be identified for future adjustments and adaptations. With the opposites of strength comes a perception of weakness. I choose to call this section my challenges. I must convince my distractors to embrace change with alliances rather than partisanship, and build relationships that are inclusive of everyone and not exclusive of anyone. With another perception of weakness comes the challenge of eliminating real or perceived threats. With clearly defined roles and responsibilities, individuals can be held accountable for their decisions and their actions will be transparent for rewarding the good and eradicating those that aren't warranted. Opportunities are my favorite part of the analysis process because the possibilities are endless. When we share knowledge, we can cultivate champions by embracing our diversities and include the formerly ignored silent voices to stand up and stand out for change and acknowledgement. My capacity development plan begins with the planning stage where I list and outline my goals and objectives for which I plan to execute within an established time frame. My plan must always be customer focused to make sure my programs and services are designed with the clients in mind. My standards must be high, as my program designs will be structured in the same manner in which myself or members of my own family would use and receive benefit from. Coaching must be coupled with motivation, as the focus is on the individuals to harness the power of their own choice. I must be effective with my ability to communicate with all levels and diversity of my stakeholders, as well as develop, cultivate, and retain positive relationships. I must be self-assured with my own abilities and not be intimidated by the opinions of others. I must trust my instincts as well as the values and ethics of others who represent the cause. I must be proficient at conflict resolution by seeking first to understand, then be understood. My thinking must be critical as the programs, policies, and goals I seek to achieve and sustain will affect the lives of others. My judgment must be concise as decisions will be made on my effective and concrete analysis and presentations. And above all, I must continuously improve and adapt my own personal development as well as the improvement of my team and my organization. As a capacity leader, I must balance courage and confidence with empathy and consideration. As a management leader, I will also follow Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I will be proactive and take responsibility. I will begin with the end in mind and imagine. I will put first things first, the mission. I will think win-win with human interaction and collaboration. I will seek first to understand, then to be understood. I will synergize. 2 heads are better than 1. And I will sharpen the saw, preserve and enhance.